All right, y'all. With my last video, proud to say that I've gathered enough footage to where I can do like a full history of this. So basically, this is my stainless steel frame and my aluminum frame. Um, it's my Black Beauty right there. This is when I got it in the 80% version of it, and before I cut the rails or anything like that. So just keep that in mind. I was just showing you, like, yeah, this does fit. This one I'm gonna get it too. That's my Black Beauty right there. We gonna be starting another series on that, upgrading it and all that stuff. It's my Matrix Precision jig, and then I got the Matrix drilling jig, same thing, for the rails and stuff. So this is when it just came raw from 1911 builders. How it looked. It looks nice. It still looks nice. Nothing really wrong with it now. Just collects carbon really, really easily. So thinking about nitriting it, but I don't know. Who knows? But anyways, that's how it started. Then before I got my slide and everything, this is when I just took it to the range running my frangible ammo. This is when I first, put the slide on it with the other parts from the Black Beauty before I had it completed. I was just testing it one bullet at a time, and then just raising it one at a time. So this is two bullets. Then I think I did three after this. This was literally like my first time testing it, and my first range time with it. And it ran, I think I had like one problem with it, and it was ammo related because I got some super spicy ammo, some plus P ammo to run through it. And it ran fine for the most part, but it did cause some hiccups with ejecting. I think it ejected actually too hard. This was just me running a couple rounds through it. I want to say I did a full mag, but I could be wrong. Yeah, see, this was my super spicy ammo. Yeah, I think it ejected, and then it ejected so hard that it actually bounced back into the chamber, which is kind of crazy. Something that happens sometimes. But yeah, I also had to tune my extractor at this time as well. Didn't know nothing about that until I actually went to the range and tried to do it. Then I went home and I tuned it, and the next time I went to the range, it worked fine. This is still that same range trip. Just shooting random ammo that I had. And yeah, it was working fine. As you can see, I think I ran a full mag of 20 in this clip. I was still working on my flinch. Don't judge me. Another mag that I ran through. I was just putting this through the paces to this day, honestly. Just making sure that it ran because I didn't want to, not have something that worked. And then anything that I needed to tune, needed to test, I wanted to take it home and fix it, and then it wanted it to run no problem, a-okay. Not even knowing that these wasn't going to even be the parts that I ran. This was when I was playing with the idea of with my full rail, with the slide that I'm using on it currently, compensating it. I'm also going to be doing a separate video about that once I finish it. Yeah. But that did shoot. I think I have footage in here as well of that shooting. And yeah, I had to play with the springs a little bit when I was shooting it. This is without the comp, of course. As you can see, I didn't post this because it looks like I was shooting from the light of Jesus. Like, this is, oh man, I didn't know nothing about light or nothing like that. And then I was like, maybe if I focus on the thought just hit me, and then boom, there we go. Now you can see it better. You can see it's recoiling a little hard. I had some spicier ammo because that was all they had at the range at the time. This is when I learned, buy your ammo in bulk so that you have it. Shoot what you know, what you want, and shoot what you carry. And yeah, you can see those super hot flash balls. It usually doesn't recoil that much like that. I have the medium spring in there from Dawson Precision from the Toolless Guy Rod pack. It was so spicy, I actually had to run the extra power just to mitigate some of that recoil. It was pretty crazy that I had to do that. But now I have lighter springs and heavier springs that go like in between those that I can use. I think this is another mag I was putting through it. Regular ammo. I want to say this was some Fiocchi, maybe even some Federal. Who knows? I don't keep track of this no more. But yeah, this was a long time. This was probably a year ago. So just keep that in mind. But it was working. It was shooting. I was actually doing accuracy on this one. And yeah, you can see I wasn't having no extractor problems. This is just some footage that I forgot to include in the past one. This is from the last range session, but I was testing out my magazines as well, not just and as you can see, it was running fine, running fine, running flawless. So I thought I was finished, not knowing that I still had to tune some stuff, fit some parts. I didn't fit my beaver tail at the time, so I was wondering why my the middle part of my bridge of my thumb was hurting. It was cutting me a little bit because I didn't fit that, and it was really sharp, as well as my safety was digging into me a little bit on the bottom, as well as the extractor. Like I said, I had to tune the extractor or not the extractor. Yeah, the extractor, not the ejector. And this is when I was shooting with a comp on it. I noticed that with this specific comp, it actually increased the felt recoil. It like stretched it out longer. It made it feel weirder. So I was like, nah, I'm not going to try that with a shorter frame. Maybe a longer frame, or maybe a stainless steel frame in the future, but this is aluminum. So I was like, yeah, it's really wasn't feeling. And it was throwing sparks like crazy. I couldn't really get it on camera at the time. Maybe I will sometime in the future. But yeah, it was throwing sparks like crazy. I wasn't feeling that. This was just some footage I threw in there of my Black Beauty. And that thing, you could see that thing was thanging. It's because I had my finger on the light instead of giving it a full grip, because it's not supposed to be recoiling that hard. But that's a topic also for another day. Yeah, I kept shooting with the comp, thinking that that was how I was going to run it. And man, I was wrong. Because you could see how much it's just too snappy for me. Like, I can't. No way. No way. No chance. No way. I won't comp it. No, no. If you know where that's from, use a real one. Use a real one. But yeah, you could see it was running. And it was cool, but it also didn't lock back as well. They don't really make like the type of compensator I wanted to make. I'd have to make it myself from a compensator blank. And yeah, I didn't know nothing about this at that time when I was doing all of this stuff. So keep that in mind. You can see, I wanted to also bring up, you can see how I cut my case, my foam. I didn't even leave no material at the bottom. I just cut the dang thing how it was. And yeah, I think I was just packing up at this point, or maybe I was changing out the spring. I don't know. But anyways, this is a great time to tell you guys to like and comment and subscribe, all of that stuff, you know, as I pack up to leave the range. Make sure that y'all really are supporting this channel. If y'all like these videos, y'all want them to keep coming, you know, because I can't just keep doing it for free. Yeah, I think I'm literally packing up for the range. Some more footage with my Black Beauty. Just thought I'd throw that in there. And then this is how it ended up being, like the total form. Did that John Wick press check in there. That's how it was until, you know, it was shooting fine. This was the day that it all went to shit. No, this was the day that I got the sign from God to put an optic on it because my rear sight fell off. I don't know how it happened. I got the sights from Heavy Armory Division, the place that I bought the slide from. So I don't know how the heck they fell off, but the sights just fell off. I don't know. So I actually ended up super gluing them back to put them on until I got the optic and got the optic cut. And they stayed on fine for the time being. But I knew that, like, no way I should have to super glue my dang sights in place. And I had to do the set screw all the way down. Like, no way. But it was shooting pretty accurately, you could see. But I'm pretty sure the rear sights was off after I put them in. Had to put them back in. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. So, it's just an overview of what it looked like. Nothing too crazy. I do like the two-tone, the black with the silver. I've always liked that. I don't know why. I might try to do a reverse one later down the line. But this was my most recent footage. You can see I got the good grip on this video. Yeah, that thing was thanging though for sure. Shooting pretty good, shooting pretty flat, pretty straight. I'm able to track the sights when I'm using irons, and I'm able to track the dot pretty well. I think I had the dot on this one. Oh no, I guess these was irons. So that was a older one. And yeah, this was just me playing around with the dot when I first got it. Hollow Sun EPS carry. You can see how bright that thing gets and then how dim it gets. It looks really dim on camera. It looks dimmer in person. Like the camera does not really do it justice. The bright doesn't look that bright in person. Like it looks less bright than it does on camera. And then the dim looks dimmer in person, if that makes sense. Maybe it's just my eyes. I don't know. I just took a vision test, so cut me some slack, guys. I do know that I do have astigmatism, and I do see the dot does look kind of weird to me, so I do use the circle more than the circle dot or the dot itself. So keep that in mind, I guess, if you take that into accountability of anything. But I don't. I use the circle on everything. ACSS Vulcan is the best one for me personally. I'm about to get the red one soon for an undisclosed project that I haven't released to the public, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, you can see the tint on there. When you're looking at blue, you can't really see it, but when you see white, you can see the bluish tint. It's not super bad. It's really, honestly, actually pretty clear. And for its size, it is pretty nice dot. The size is of the actual optic is pretty small, but I wanted that for the direct cut for the 1911 slide because it has like really slim borders, so it has to fit a certain, so this optic is actually designed for single stack guns, but I put it on a double stack. The 1911 itself was designed to be single stack, so I think that's why the slide profile never really changed. But this is how it ended up looking. This is how it's looking right now. This is my beauty. This is my Mona Lisa. This is my baby. I love her, and she loves me back. And she has worked fine and flawless for me ever since I have caressed her. Got the cut from Green Tick Tactical. Quickest turnaround time, cheapest cut, and he does even sell some optics with it. And if you send your optic with your slide, he'll actually install it for you. So that's pretty cool. He did that with me. He was pretty cool. We were in communication for a while, and yeah, it was pretty dope. Pretty dopelage popelage, guys. I'm not gonna lie. And this is how it currently sits right now. I'm thinking about changing it. Maybe putting a little mag wheel on there or something. I don't know. I'm kind of liking how it sits now. I think a mag wheel, especially because I'm gonna be CCW in this, isn't really. I don't know. I think it's gonna add to the girth more than the weight or the length. I'm not really worried about those. I'm more worried about the overall stature and stuff. And I was thinking about if I get like a heavier ammo to carry, I'm gonna be playing with the springs and stuff like that. Seeing what springs is can make the recoil feel lighter. Did use that laser bore sight to sight it in. Got like a 2-shot zero, and it was shooting fine. But I'm also gonna take it back to the range and re-zero it, make sure that everything's fine because I had to do some adjusting. This is the torque tool I use to torque it down. It's a torque, not a torque limiter, but more like a torque measurer because it doesn't really limit the torque. It just measures the torque that you're using. And I torqued it to the 25-inch pounds that Hollow Sun actually needs for it to be, I marked the white lines, and then when I took it to the range, the lines haven't marked, so that's always a good sign. And then figured out throwing this slow-mo footage for you guys, so let's take a look at this. And this zombie target was really cool. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm really a fan of these targets. I don't really like the people targets sometimes. Like, it makes me feel like I'm practicing to kill somebody or something. I don't know. Let me know if you guys be feeling like that too. Sometimes I'll be like, sometimes I just want to have fun, sometimes I know I want to train and all of that stuff, but sometimes maybe I want to use my imagination. And this really was like, I like zombies. I'm a zombies player online, so this really piqued my interest. I was like, let me get a couple of those zombie targets. And yeah. Also, I just spent so long zeroing in my red dot, so I was like, yeah, I think I want to try something fun, try something new. And we had just did the ducks target and then the battleship target, so we was actually doing like a competition. That was pretty fun as well. But I like when I'm doing my thing, record my videos and stuff, I like having fun. It's not just about getting content, recording what's gonna get the most views. For me, it's about having fun while I record, and this was pretty fun for me. So Just let you guys look at this. I was trying to get headshots. I shot him a lot in the neck, but you know, did get some headshots in there. I'm still used to being stable with this red dot. It's kind of interesting. But I was trying to record the red dot on camera as much as I could. It was actually pretty hard trying to do both. So before this, I had shot it like, I think I put like 400 rounds through it before this at least. And still haven't cleaned it. I'm waiting till I get to 100K before I clean it. Then I'm gonna make a cleaning video. But it was shooting pretty flat, as you can see. Red dot was returning straight to where I wanted it to. So I thought that was pretty cool, guys. Also, I love when I get the wall lane. That means there's nobody really next to me. And just look at that. Look at that beauty right there. Looks better in slow-mo. Yeah. That's my baby right there. That's my baby. I was going to bring in a target, but I was like, nah. I know I was shooting pretty atrocious in this one. Not even going to lie, guys. And this was just me shooting real rapid, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I definitely need that thumb lever for sure. I think I'm gonna get that thumb lever. Pow, pow, pow. Oh, I guess it just that magazine didn't lock back that time. I wonder why. Just noticing that. Like I said, I loaded these videos up, and I haven't even. This is my first time watching a lot of them back, other than just skimming over them. So I had to make sure the optic was on. I shot it one time. I was like, man, I cannot find the dot. The optic was off the whole time. So yeah, I make mistakes too. This was the extra spicy ammo, as you can see, throwing them fireballs every time. It was pretty cool. I was right next to, like, I think one of the vents that sucks up the air because it was throwing it right up. And I was like, that's pretty cool. I could see the smoke dissipating. And yeah, this was that extra spicy ammo I bought. I think it was some Barnaul ammo, 9mm ammo, and then some type of S&B. Yeah. And here goes my zeros. I shot one shot, adjusted, and then I hit right in the bullseye, which is pretty crazy. But anyways, guys, if you like this video, you like these type of videos, like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all like, share them with somebody if maybe it was helpful, maybe it was insightful. Maybe you just want to show it to somebody because you think the process was cool. I could go more in depth, but I'm saving that for another platform. Stay tuned for more. We got more. Peace.